Trader O here. Let's talk about the US dollar. And let's start by looking at Powell's you know speech from last Friday or this Friday. Okay, so he started by saying that the Fed is on track to taper asset purchases, right? So basically, that was the first time, at least on my perspective, on my view, that the first time that I have seen or I have heard Powell or the Federal Reserve come out this hawkish since the pandemic started, right? That is very bullish for the USD, and that is why we saw this bullish pressure late on the US session on Friday. But then after that, there were some mixed signals because he said that the policy or monetary policy is in a good place. So even though he started his speech very hawkish, he ended up saying absolutely nothing. And as you can see, the DXY stayed within that range. Now let's come back and let's have a look at some technicals and what I'm looking at for next week. So let's start with the daily chart on the DXY. The daily chart on DXY keeps its bullish midterm structure whilst these highs hold as support, right? So whilst the 93.40 level holds as support, this should be a very bullish market, right? But on the short term, I have been shorting the US dollar more so last or this week on the break of this flat, right? Now, right now, the DXY is trading in a no trade zone to me or this range, right? But if you look at the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows, you can see that we have flat bottoms and lower highs, which means that we're creating a flat triangle, which could lead to a to further downside on the USD. Now, this is just technicals, okay? So what I'm looking at for next week is really shorts on the USD on a break of the 93.49 level. Now, where am I going to play this? There's a couple of really good setups that are brewing and what I'm looking at possibly are longs on the Aussie US dollar, longs on the Kiwi USD, and possibly shorts on the US dollar South African rand. Now, let me guide you through my thought process, right? Should the DXY break with the 93.49 level or the previous week's lows, right? Um, let's go back to the 4-hour chart. We could actually see um, a we could actually see a bearish move triggered for about 0.5% or half of a percent to the next key level, right? Now, I know that I have here a possible reversal pattern, but again, we are in a no trade zone, so we actually don't know if price is going to break to the upside or to the downside. I really don't have a plan, a trading plan for buys on the USD. My plan is for sales on the USD. And should price break with that 49, 93.49 level, uh, um, the markets that I would be looking for possible buys or sales, I'm sorry, on the US dollar are buys on the Aussie USD, given the fact that the Aussie has been retesting that 74.60 level and holding that 74.60 level, right? And more so because I would be deep buying, right, on a bullish structure. Kiwi, same thing on the Kiwi, deep buying on a bullish structure on that 71.40 level that is holding, right? And the US dollar South African rand, I know it's a little bit riskier, right? But if you notice that 1483, 1484 level is a massive, massive, massive key level on this market. So should the USD, should the DXY break with this week's lows, um, sales on the US dollar are in play, and the potential on shorts on the US dollar South Africa rand are really, really heavy. So those are the markets that I'm looking for next week. Should uh, sellers break with last week lows on the DXY.